What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to perfectly sync your AMV. At the end of this video I'm going to show you the new method I found, so definitely keep watching if you want to know how to do it. But first I'm going to talk about two methods that I see a lot of editors use and why they're not necessarily that great. So the first method is that you sync your AMV while you're editing. So most of the people would drag in a clip and then listen to a soundtrack. Wait a second, I need to hear the audio obviously. Alright, and then they would, for example, listen to the song, so they'll just cut it, and then, for example, they'll cut it here as well. And there is two problems with this method. The first problem is you always play a small part of your song, so you won't know how the sync would look on your entire edit, and it can make your entire edit feel kind of disconnected. And the second problem with this method is that it's not very accurate, so you will probably be a few frames off from the actual syncing point. And then the second method I see a lot is people using scripts. And that is just stupid. Like, I don't know why you would use scripts. Because first of all, most of these automated scripts will sync your edit to the drum kick. Because that's a very prominent sound and it's very easy for a script to identify those sounds. And I've also seen scripts using a threshold slider, which makes it so you can sync to more sounds, but then you're just syncing to everything in your edit, and that's also not good. So there's less creativity involved, and that's probably the biggest problem of that method. Now, the new secret method that I use consists out of two parts. And the first part might be obvious, but the second part is definitely something that will help you make your sync perfect. So I don't drag in any clips and I start by syncing the song. So we're going to be using two keys on our keyboard, and the first key is the asterisk key. It's like a little star and it's also the multiplication symbol, and it should be on your numpad. And then you also have this other key and it looks like a small dot. So we'll be using these two keys to sync or edit. So what the asterisk key does is basically it makes a marker. So if we don't select any clips, it will make a marker on our composition. And if we do select a clip, it will create a marker on that clip. So we don't need that for now. So just make sure you don't have any clips selected. And then the second key, we're going to use this for playing back our audio. So usually when you press the space key, it plays back your audio and also your visuals. So what you see on the preview. But what this key does is it only plays back the audio. And this will basically make sure that it lags a lot less. So what you can do is press that key to play it. And then with the asterisk key, you can add keyframes. And as you can see, I can tap along with the song, which is really useful and a really fast method to sync. And the biggest advantage to this is that you can really feel the beat and make sure that your sync stays consistent, but also diverse. And that's also a thing I want to talk about. Don't only sync to the drum kick, because you don't want to be a TikTok editor. You can definitely sync to other sounds in your soundtrack. For example, other drum sounds, or the melody, or the lyrics, or anything else, and that will really make your edit unique. So I'll just sync a part really quick. Alright, so now we synced it, and now it might be a few frames off. It shouldn't be too much, but what you can do to check it, and this is the second part of the method, is that you can press Ctrl+Y, or you can also go to New and then Solid, and then you just want to make sure that this is set on white. And if you're very sensitive to flashing lights, then I definitely recommend making it a more grayish color, so something like this. And then you can cut it, so Ctrl+Shift+D, and make it 1 frame long. So there's a 1 frame of a gray screen where the marker is. And now if you play it back with the space key on our keyboard, of course, because if we use that one key to play the audio, we won't see this gray screen. So press space. And now we can see this one is perfectly synced. So what you can do is select it, Ctrl+D to copy it, and then drag it to the other ones. And now we can check the other ones as well. So these last two are not that accurate. So what we can do is just drag them a little back. And don't forget to move your marker and your solid layer. So something like this. Let's check it. Yep, that's synced. Okay. This one was a little weird, by the way, so I'll just delete this one. And now we have our markers, and you can just delete these solid layers. And before we even edited our AMV, we synced our soundtrack perfectly. So that's just something I wanted to show you guys, because I use this method all the time. And hopefully you've learned a lot, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to click the first link down in the description below if you need any more help with After Effects editing. Alright, bye bye.